Right, so here's an allotment update. Everything is going okay. We'll kind of talk you through the top and then work our way down the bottom. So we have this pepper plant here. And it's growing. It's now got a lot of flowers on it. There's a slight problem with pests from our neighbour's plants, but I'll get onto that in a second. The lemon tree is doing great. We've got basils. This was just a tomato shoot that my wife put in the pot there. I don't really know what we're going to do with it, but it's there. The lemon geranium, or the pelargonium, seems to be doing well. It's kind of settled into its new habitat a bit more. This big cucumber, we've been getting quite a few fruits from it. It was aborting quite a lot of the fruits as well. As you can see, there's some up there. I think some of them will be lost. It kind of looks like when you see them yellowing at the bottom and not going green at the top, I've kind of learnt that's a sign that the cucumber's not going to grow properly. And who knows why that is? It could be, I thought it was a lack of calcium, so I gave them all calcium and that's kind of helped it. Could be lack of pollination, so I was trying to pollinate them, and that seemed to help a bit. But it could also just be that it's growing lots of new green vines and that it's supporting the plants to focus on that, so who knows, but this is doing okay. We have a lot of other cucumber plants. These are different variety. Our neighbour gave us these ones. You can see there's a lot of male flowers on them too. Not sure where that is, maybe it's just the variety. But these ones seem to pollinate a lot better. Much higher success rate with the actual female flowers getting. There's lots of cucumbers. See one there. Lots of cucumbers dotted in and around these plants, which is good. Tomatoes at the back. Topped off a couple of these just because we're getting quite tall and want the fruit to ripen on the plants here. You can see there's some fruit in there starting to ripen. You might be able to see that just in there. And then we've got a mixture. I think that's Moneymaker from another neighbour when we'd started. This one was one out of Dobby's. I'm not sure what the fruit on that is. Don't know what it is. I had to ask my wife. I don't think she'll remember though. These ones are some kind of Bulgarian variety that we got from a friend too. And they're cool. They're like a beef tomato type thing. I'll see if I can show you one. So that'll be fun. We brought some courgettes in. So this courgette is just going absolutely mental in here. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it because it's already too big for its spot. And there's some flowers. You might have noticed all these sashes around. I'll talk about them in a second. Courgette, again, seems to be doing okay. This is one of my dwarf tomato plants that I brought in from the flat that I've been doing for a couple of years now. I brought one in as an experiment and it didn't like it at first, but now it's thriving in here, obviously, because tomatoes like greenhouse. Look at how many fruits there are in this. Yeah, this is just a dwarf variety. I think it's called Yellow Hat or something. I can't remember. Basils, got various basils around. They're all doing good. All the herbs, rosemary, thyme, bay leaf, who knows. It's not dead, so that's good. And yeah, a lot of pests. Not so much on ours, but you know, there are aphids. Let's see if we can see an aphid. There you go, little aphids. So yeah, I don't know where they came from. On our neighbour's plants, they're absolutely riddled with the aphids. Who knows? They were outside originally, these pepper plants, and they brought them into the greenhouse. Who knows? It could have come from them, it could have come from me, could have come from outside. what are you going to do? I bought some ladybird larvae from a website called Dragonfly, and I've bought other things from them before and they've worked quite well, but they just didn't work. And what I figured out is that there's ants in the greenhouse, and I think what the ants are doing is they're farming the aphids, and then they're fighting off the larvae that I brought in, and also any of the other ladybirds that I brought in, because I brought some ladybirds in from outside, and then they just seem to kind of disappear. And I'm not sure whether that's because the ants are fighting them off or the ladybirds don't like it in here. I saw one in here the other day, and I don't know where it's gone. It might have escaped or been killed by ants. Hopefully not killed by ants, but anyway, so that didn't quite work. And then all these bits are for thrips, because I saw thrips. This courgette was covered with thrips. So there, we can deal with them. The thing about the aphids is that, you know, these plants are quite big and resilient. It might harm the harvest, the productivity of the plant. I can see this plant's been quite eaten, but you know, it's still been giving us fruits. So yeah, it's just one of these things. There's not really much. I was getting quite upset about it, but then it's just something that you can't control, and you can just do your best and learn from it in the future. And hopefully I've been harvesting, you know, herbs and tomatoes from the small plant, and peppers and cucumbers, so I can't really complain. It's all going well, and we can just learn for the next year. And I bought this fig tree as well. Every time you go into B&Q, well, every time I go into B&Q, I end up spending double than I had planned to, because I see something, ooh, that takes my fancy, like, ooh, this is nice, this fig tree. My wife's not going to be happy because she's saying, oh, well, you'll bring pests into the greenhouse. And I've been avoiding buying things for that reason from garden centres. But it's all covered in stuff anyway now, so might as well bring some more to join the party. Let's go have a look outside. It's an awful day today. So this is the other half, it's not mine. Here are my sweet corns that I put in quite late. Now, compared to my neighbours, you know, I started, to put this into context, I started this in June, so like the whole plot, so it's I've not had as much progress as, you know, if I'd started earlier. So next year's gonna be fun. So sweet corn, some kales, lots of things were getting eaten ridiculously by slugs, and I put down these, you know, ferric phosphate, like iron pellets. Felt really bad. I toyed with the idea of doing it or not for ages, because I felt sad for the slugs, really. I know that sounds stupid, but I just thought, I'm spending so much time and money on this, and this was just all getting eaten, so, you know, there's still slugs, but there's definitely a reduction since I used them. And with this Cavalinero, it was just getting absolutely destroyed, but you see now it's actually doing quite well. I've also got outside courgettes, cabbages. They're all starting to form heads, which is really nice. They were getting eaten a bit by caterpillars as well. Everything wants to eat everything. That's one lesson I've learned. And these are Romanesco cabbages, I think. I got these from a neighbour that had already been started as, like, you know, plug plants, so that's why they're coming along quite nicely. And the peas. Now, put this netting up to stop birds and foxes and whatever, but then we kind of didn't realise that how tall peas grow, so I've been kind of like trying to vine it across this thing. Next year we'll do something different that's more efficient with the peas, but yeah, they're doing okay. And let's go around. This strawberries, they're already there. We're going to get rid of those. We're going to get rid of all of this, actually. These planters were just here, so it was quite convenient to just use them. Beetroots. Seeing some, you can kind of see some like heads, more like roots, tubers, whatever you call beetroot things. Potatoes. Oh, there was potatoes there too. Potatoes here. Fruit bushes. gooseberry, black currant, and a raspberry. This bit needs desperately weeded. And salad and carrots. I know it's a bit of a weird mix, but who knows, just seeing what kind of works well together within the limited space that I have. And yeah, I've been getting plenty of salads, carrots as well. You know, I've kind of dug up a bit of the earth and they're forming carroty bits, so that's cool. We've been eating lots of chard. Chard's great, it's super tasty, and yeah, it's very productive here. And we had so many, we had to kind of like move them all about. You can see we've got some like here now and here. Planted some beetroots here. They're not doing so good, but another courgette here and a courgette here too. Flowers are going to open. I kind of want to I think I should take the netting off because these flowers are going to open and I need them to get pollinated, but then the fox might come in and then dig around like it was in this plot that we had, this planter that we had not netted. So basically having to do that because of the fox, but it doesn't seem to be here anymore, which is good. And then there was some courgettes I'd planted in here. They're not doing so good, but these are spaghetti squashes and they seem to be doing quite nicely. So yeah, I'd say that, oh, and there's cabbages in here obviously too. We just ran out of space, had too many cabbages. I don't think these will form heads, but we've been actually cutting off the leaves and eating them. It's like collard greens. It's like collard greens that taste like cabbage, and they're actually quite nice, steamed, and put a bit of oil on them, maybe some chili in them too. It's really tasty, so I'd recommend that. Yeah, I think reflecting on my progress so far, it's quite good for a couple of months, I'd say. I'm learning lessons. I'm getting to eat stuff. I'm trying out different things and having fun in the process, and I think that's really what matters. I think I sometimes get excited and want to take on lots of things or try lots of different ideas, but you know, patience is really the key with these things. Learn from your mistakes, enjoy the process, and revel in the fact that you get to eat something that you've taken the time and care to grow. So yeah, that's my long overdue update, and if you want to know anything else about it, just let me know.